Welcome to the Sales Influence Podcast, where we talk about finding the why in how people buy. I'm your host, Victor Antonio. Thank you for joining me today. I'm super excited. Look, my book, Sales Ex Machina, How Artificial Intelligence is Changing the World of Selling, is out. I hope you'll get a copy. This book is a must-read. I'm telling you right now, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning programs are taking over how we sell, how companies go to market, how companies can find, let's say, blue oceans. If you don't know what blue ocean is, it's how you find new markets where nobody else is competing. They're using data, artificial intelligence, to figure out how do you go to market, how do you become more effective, where do you find these niches, and how do you strategically approach a market using big data. Now, one study, and I can't remember it offhand, said basically that 8.4%, that's the increase in revenue you're going to see when you start harnessing the power of artificial intelligence and data. They also stated that you'll see a decrease in cost of 8.1% using data and artificial intelligence. So the motivation to use artificial intelligence, automation, then artificial intelligence, that's where it's going. Now, I always define automation as something that's very, programmatic, right? It's almost like an if, then, go to, but statement type of programming. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, well, that's when the machine can actually think for itself, adjust to conversations, and really begin to think on your behalf, if I can be so general about that. Now, what I want to talk about today is, if you're planning to move in the direction, let's just say of automation first, right? As we progress to artificial intelligence, but you want to start beginning to automate some of your processes, the first thing you need to do is figure out, one, what is the strategy? How can we optimize our sales process? Now, this is important. And I talked about this in other podcasts, but I want you to lay out your sales process. In other words, for your salespeople, what's the process they go through? And then look at all the different steps in that sales process. This will begin to give you an indication of where you should begin looking for in terms of where can I automate a specific task within that process. Number two, start small. Don't try to eat the elephant whole. Find a couple of tasks that you think you can automate that salespeople don't need to do anymore, things that they can basically hand off to a machine, things that you can automate, and begin there. Start small. Find places in the process that salespeople can stop doing without impacting your selling. Right? Number three, find the right automation tools. This is a tough one. There are so many companies now basically popping up on the internet, no pun intended, but they're basically out there creating all these tools for you to be able to use to automate your sales process at different levels. The challenge is finding the right company to work with and being able to work with that company to make sure that they can adapt, I'll just say the API, right? The interface to your business. In other words, make it yours and customize it. So step number three is finding the right automation tools. If not only that, finding the right company. Number four, once you find the right tools and the right company, develop a prototype. In other words, build something out small. Test it. Begin to use it. Train your people on it. Or, again, get them used to using automation. Develop a simple prototype of what you want to take to market. Then, step number five. Again, push it out into the real world. Maybe you want to apply this within a certain market. Maybe you want to use this with certain salespeople, almost like split testing, A/B testing. Why don't we take, let's say, a group of salespeople and we begin to pilot this program with them and let's track how they do. In other words, we'll establish some KPIs, things we're going to measure. Pick a group of people, salespeople, and then boom, let them go at it. And then step number six is analyze the results. Let them come back. Let's see what the numbers are. You got an A/B test. You got a control group versus one that's not using it. And let's see what's happening here. Let's see the difference in those who are using the automation versus those who are not using the automation. And let's make some determination as in fact in terms of can we go forward? Should we be using this type of prototypes? Should we be using this type of automation? Are these the right tools? Is this the right company? So forth and so on. And then the last step is obviously, if it starts working, let's repeat. If it's not working, let's make the adjustments and do it again. Now, I'm pushing this hard because I see the future. Listen to me, I see the future. And the future is step 1, automation. Step 2, the use of artificial intelligence. Automation, basic programming, have the machine do it. Artificial intelligence, have the machine do it, but also have the machine think for you and respond accordingly when engaging with a consumer online. Again, this is what's coming our way. Today, there are many chatbots out there. Many of you have probably logged onto a website and you think you're talking to a chatbot. Well, it is a chatbot, but you're not talking to a person on the other side. You're talking to a machine. Yes, today the machines can actually have a conversation with you. As you're typing in, they're looking at their knowledge database. They're pulling up. The machine can actually construct, using natural language processing, a response to your question. And so this is now happening. You're talking to machines and you probably don't even know it. That's how fast this technology is moving. In the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to get even scarier in a good way. The technology is coming. The question is, are you positioning your company to actually look at some of this technology? So let's go through the 7 steps again. 1, set the strategy. How do we optimize our sales process? Step number 2. Let's start small, right? Within that sales process, let's kind of do something that's not going to overwhelm us. Step number 3, let's find the right automation tools and the right companies to work with. Number 4, let's build a prototype. How is this going to actually work? How is it all going to fit together? Step number 5, let's pilot test this. Let's pick a select group of people and let them use the actual pilot prototype project, and let's see how it goes for them. Then the next step is to analyze the results. How did it work? Did it help them? Did it not help them? Did it help or hinder? Let's look at the data. And then the last step, number 7, is let's make the adjustments necessary to make it that much better. Again, folks, listen to me. I'm telling you, artificial intelligence, it's here. And how we use it in our businesses to generate more revenue, reduce costs, and even optimize all our processes within our company is going to become a critical function for many companies who are wanting to survive in the future. As the future moves towards product parity, where everything looks the same, or service parity, where everybody offers the same, the question is, how will you be able to differentiate yourself? And the only way to really do that is to find markets that nobody else is actually tapping into, or maybe using artificial intelligence, pluck out some insight, something people aren't seeing that the machine can. That's artificial intelligence. When you get a chance, check out my book, Sales Ex Machina, on Amazon. This is Victor Antonio thanking you. Please don't forget to leave me some feedback on iTunes, Stitcher, or YouTube. Let me know what you think. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, check out my online sales training platform, the Sales Mastery Academy. Over 25 courses, 300 videos, 12 books, and if you're serious about increasing your sales ability, go to salesmasteryacademy.us. Lastly, I want to thank you for listening. This is Victor Antonio, always reminding you, selling ain't hard when you know how. Take care. Hi, I'm Victor Antonio. I'm an author, sales trainer, and keynote speaker. I'm often asked, what makes a great speaker? Is it someone who delivers real content that the audience can use? Is it someone who engages the audience so they're part of the learning experience? Or is it someone who can motivate an audience to push them beyond their comfort zone and discover new abilities? The answer is yes. But the most important thing to remember is that I'm not there to look good. I'm there to make my client look good. Simply put, it's never about me, and it's always about them.